extra time.
Looking back at the previous season, what are the changes in strategy, game plan for Royals this season? How are we going to address the issues, the setbacks that we had? So, if we can start one by one answering that question, and then we'll move on.
Okay.
Do you want me to start, Sanju, or you want to go?
Yes, Sang, I think you can start. Yeah.
Well, I think what you can do is learn from what happened last season, and the players, especially Sanju and the other support staff who were there last season, had a lot of learnings that they shared with me. I didn't really have an intimate view of that because I was not a part of the Royals last season. And what we planned was to try and get a balanced side, hopefully with everyone available, a full squad, to try and have a consistent, philosophy of cricket, a brand of cricket that we wanted to play, that was quite freeing, it was quite relaxed, but also in terms of preparing well and executing well. So to get everyone ready to be problem solvers, to think for themselves, and that really helps the skipper Sanju out a lot on the field when people are thinking for themselves and they know what's going on. And at the same time, I think it builds a lot of confidence and trust within the unit as well. Everyone has individual strengths that they bring in to the side, which are highly valued, and we try and meld that into a good unit where everyone knows what they're doing, what their value is, what their roles are, and then we go out and try and play some good cricket.
You've had an amazing career where you have seen ups and downs. There are many youngsters in the side, like Sanju himself and Tewatia. They would be looking to get into India's T20 World Cup squad. So, how important is it for you to let them stay in the moment and not take too much pressure?
Sorry, I missed the last part of your question. There was some noise in the background.
Okay. Did you hear when I said Sanju and Tewatia?
Yeah, I did. Yes.
They would be looking to get into India's T20 World Cup squad. So, how important is it for you to let them stay in the moment and not take too much pressure?
Well, again, I think pressure is always there. You can try and forget about it, but the reality is, I think Sanju and all the players will always tell you that expectations and pressure is there. You have various coping mechanisms and little techniques you use to deal with them and get you to focus, as you say, on the moment. One of the important things, I think, it's really important to have those grand ambitions of playing regular international cricket, and I think both Sanju and Rahul are absolutely capable of being regulars, and not just regulars, but great and outstanding performers on the international stage. They've got amazing ability, great cricketing sense, and both of them over the years have really progressed. I mean, Sanju has been a young batting superstar for quite a while on the Indian scene, and always talked about. But the real key is to understand that there's a process to get to that ambition, and one of them is to take it match by match here in the IPL and keep your focus on the IPL. Each game you play, each innings, and that's how you kind of break that process down. But it is important that both of them have the freedom and the trust of the team to go out there and express themselves. Be Sanju Samson and be Rahul Tewatia.
Are you concerned with the inexperience in terms of Indian pace bowling?
Well, I think inexperience sometimes can work for you and against you. Inexperience would probably mean that the opposition has not really seen them either. But fast bowling, especially in the IPL, is not an easy task. And we saw that yesterday as well. Sometimes the wickets are really good for batting, or most of the wickets are. So you have to be quite skillful. So I'm pretty confident that our young fast bowlers will step up. We've had, Karthik Tyagi, who did very well last season in patches in various phases of the game. And this year we have new additions in Kuldeep Yadav and Chetan Sakaria. So I think it's about, keeping them again focused on what their job is really, and get them trained and prepared to execute, all the different deliveries and scenarios and match plans for the opposition, but at the same time concentrating, giving them confidence about their own strengths.
Given your high benchmark as an achiever, as a player and a captain, do you feel any pressure of expectations in the new role?
Well, I think there are always expectations and pressure. you can't get away from that, and you've got to accept it. And the only way you deal with it is really ticking off the boxes that you want in terms of training, in terms of preparation, getting combinations right, getting more than that. I think the players involved, and for them to take ownership of not their own roles but also the team plans, and that makes things a lot easier. You can't guarantee what will happen on the day of a match, but what you can guarantee is that you can go out and control what you control, take a great attitude out there. And Sanju always talks about playing with passion and with heart. I think that's a very important point as well. That can really lift a team to do some special things out there when the pressure is on. So for me personally, my job is to get everyone ready, and once they get on the field, my job is actually secondary. It's about them going out there and expressing themselves, playing really good, smart cricket.
How difficult is it not having Jofra for the first two initial games?
Well, I think Sanju and I both will agree that it's a big blow for us. I mean, Jofra is an absolutely vital part of our makeup, and not to have him, unfortunately, is the reality of it. So we have to plan around it and to have contingencies in place. We understand that it's a difficult time for Jofra. Really, he's played through a full series against India for England, and he played through pain, and he did excellently well. So we're hoping that at some point he will join us and be able to play some part in our IPL.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on XtraTime.